Hello, welcome back folks, and we got a very special video here today. This is the 17 kill game with me and Cap and Akatsuki's. And I was pink because I left a few battles to get the defended ribbons for the Jaarsveld mission, okay? Can't blame me. Okay, double Akatsuki, triple Jaarsveld, Baltimore, and Turpitz. Now, to sum it up real quickly, I have played the Jaarsveld. I like it. Very squishy. Decent guns, and I love the airstrikes. Those were pretty easy to use. Better than the normal line. I think it's a solid ship. I'm really looking forward to testing it more. I will try to get some footage of it, hopefully in the next week or so, and maybe get a video up on it. I hope so. I will try to make more content for the channel. That's still kind of like in the debating phase. Kind of like how far do I want to go. It won't be like it used to, where it'll be videos every few weeks. By far, that's not gonna happen. I mean, that was exhausting me. You know, that was probably pulling like 8-9 hour days making content. That was killing me. So I can't do that again. My return to World of Warships, though, was a very interesting one. But I would like to extend a thank you to my subscribers that stayed on through my absence. As you know, I took a leave of absence at the beginning of the summer of 2024 due to my breakup with my ex, and that really, messed me up. So I appreciate you all staying with me through that. Your support and everything for that means a lot to me. I would love to get back to doing replay commentaries, but I will understand if I don't get any. As far as my return to World of Warships, though, I honestly, and I can tell you with 100%, I did not intend to return. My return was very interesting. It was on my third date, actually. And I asked her, could I return to World of Warships? And I was telling her how competitive I am, and that, I can be a little bit of a dick. And she was like, can you separate that from the game? And I was like, yes. And I can say that now because I have been slowly working on that. I have been working on that, and I have not forgotten that conversation since the day I started World of Warships back up. I would not do what I did to my ex. I love this woman a lot. I love her. Spoiler alert, yes, I do have a new girlfriend. I'm extremely happy. We literally just got off a call probably about an hour ago. It went very well. She's an amazing woman. It's weird kind of describing her because I can see it all in my mind, but it's hard to describe it. But she's an amazing woman. She's kind, sweet, extremely intelligent. She is a liberal like me. That's always a plus. Again, on the liberal part, that was the best decision I ever made, changing from a conservative to a liberal. Best decision I ever made. But, we do share the same views. And I do love that we do share the same views on international rights. Mainly, genocide, Holocaust kind of stuff. That kind of human rights. And I'm a World War II person. I think you guys have heard me talk about it a few times on the channel. And she loves about that part of me. She loves seeing me kick out of World War II. And that's awesome. I love that. As you know, I didn't get to do that with my ex. A lot of that was kind of suppressed. My nerdy side, my World War II side, all of that was really suppressed. I get to be myself with this woman. I love that. And I know she gets to be herself around me, and we accept that about each other. And I love that. But our first date was very unorthodox. Kind of went over each other's pasts. Well, the first one was leaning on her past. Second one was my past. And then the third one is where we kind of started actually having fun. Although I was having a lot of fun on the first two. Don't get me wrong. I love those two. Those were like, those were about 6-hour dates. Those were probably the longest I've had, but they were also the hardest ones to leave. Because I did not want to leave after those dates. But, I love this woman. She's amazing. I mean, I literally just spoke to her about, World of Warships and about going into competitive season. And I told her, I'd be going on Wednesdays and I would be going on bi-weekly Thursdays. And she was like, okay, what's wrong with that? I was like, nothing. I just wanted to let you know. And that was her seal of approval. And I was like, great, I can return to Bonky for competitive season next season. So that's great. I'm sure they'll be glad to have me back. It was kind of weird coming in for most of it the last season. I was very awkward. But I did pull my weight, and I still felt like I definitely had to get the rust off my ship. Land battles and rust, oh, you should have seen me. That was bad. I was pretty bad. There was a lot of rust. Actually, wait. No, I think I came in when it was Tier 8 season. That was a lot of rust. That was bad. But I'm gonna point this out to you guys. I'm pretty sure you've all had mothers and grandmas and probably a girlfriend or a wife. Have you ever gotten that stare where the woman has kind of looked at you and you kind of froze instantly and you're like, oh shit, what did I just do? I did get that look. I was telling her I was being a little bit much on her for Valentine's Day, and she kind of gave me those eyes, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah. That was kind of that look. But she also knows I'm on Social Security. Guys, I've talked about it, that I'm on Social Security, and she never cared about that. She never cared about my disability. She realized early on that I was working to change. And I'm still working to change. I'm always trying to change and become a better person. And I am 100% committed to myself to not take this one for granted. To let you guys know, I intend to marry this woman. I want to marry this woman. I guess you could say, I don't know if it would be love at first sight, but it was definitely love at second sight or something. It was something. I can't really describe it, but it was love. Because I talked to my boss, and he was married for 41 years. My grandma was probably married for like 40 years, and they're telling me that's love. And my boss can see me. I told him when we had kind of decided to be a couple, I told him I would be a little bit full of energy, and he's noticed it. He's noticed it tremendously since we became official in December. And we're going on 6 months. And I wouldn't want to celebrate it, and I wouldn't want any other woman to celebrate my life with. You know how in relationships you can put that person on a pedestal or romanticize them? I didn't romanticize her at all. From the very beginning, the relationship was really based in reality. Our lives, her life, my life, it wasn't like we could spend a lot of time together. We only had probably 3 dates, and then we went for a couple months without really seeing each other. We could only talk on the phone and FaceTime a few times. And even that was tremendously small. I mean, I could probably count the number of times in 2 months on my one hand. And that was rough. That was a tough one. But I made it through it. We talked it through, and I think we've come out well, actually, no. I don't think. I know we came out a lot stronger. I feel very happy with this person. I feel like I can, for the first time, I can genuinely talk to her about my concerns, my fears, everything. And I'm extremely happy. I know I've said that a lot, but I don't have any more words for it. I tell her that all the time. I have no more words for it. I know we both have the same effect on each other where we both can just... We act like battery recharges for each other, and that's a great feeling when you can do that. I mean, I'll be honest, I was a pretty frugal bastard during my last relationship. I did not spend money. And maybe that was part of what doomed it. I know a lot of it was just talking about my feelings and just not spending money. But I don't hesitate to spend money on this woman. But I also love showing my affection through other ways, and I know she appreciates that. And he even said, that she said she had, and she has a pretty well-off job. She has a very well-off job, and she has a lot of goals for herself. She's a very career-driven woman. She has a lot of goals. I will tell you that. So she's pretty well off. But I never was interested in her money. I even told her that on the first date. I don't want your money. What I want, you can't buy. And, I've stood by that. If she literally lost all of her money tonight, in literally 2 minutes, if she lost her money, then I would still want to be with her because I love this woman. I can't see my life without this person. She makes me want to be a better person. But as you guys can tell, it's been pretty good. It's been a pretty good couple of last months. Stressful, but good stressful months. All right, enough about me. Let's get back to the replay. Me and Cap are smoke sharing. We're killing it. He's got 7. I got 5. Baltimore died, and Jaarsveld doesn't have a lot of health. So I did not expect going into this battle to see them have a lot of health, and expected them to make a huge contribution. I expected, me and Cap to kind of pull the majority of the weight, but I didn't expect it this much. The Turpits was very surprising. We were kind of confused on that, me and Cap. Because, Turpits is a great ship for this op. Let's be honest. Although I don't think this Turpits has Lucians, and that is his biggest flaw right there. That pretty much makes a Turpit useless. And less of a thing. And he might have Lucians, he might have Tracer's turned off. I don't know. We are getting lucky with that Torp, though. We got lucky on that Torp. Very lucky. I am kind of bummed about my first set of Torps that I launched. I should have launched those a little bit later, but hindsight's 2020. Now, looking at the score, we're both at 7 kills here, folks. That means one of us has to get either 3 more kills. Now, to also answer your question, I have also not tested the Jaarsveld's airstrike capacity on these airfields. I have tested the Prinz von Oran, the Tier 10 Dutch cruiser. I do have that, and that thing just nukes the airfield. It will take some punishment. It can one-shot him if you get him past most of the AA. But I have not tested the Jaarsveld's airstrikes yet. I imagine They would still do some pretty heavy damage, but they do look pretty squishy also. I imagine the tier 10 would be pretty fun though. I've heard that one's a blast. But I mean, you know, me and Cap have done this so many times. Let's be honest. You know, we pioneered this funny. We've had months to, I think we've actually had years actually to, you know, figure this out. And we've got it down to an art now. Me though, I'm just kind of going let balls in. I'm like, well, whatever. If I die, I die. It's not like we're gonna lose. We only have to lose 2 more, then we lose the secondary objective of lose 4 ships. And I don't see that happening. So I'm just trying to go for damage at this point and try to get some more hits. Because I'm like, I'm seeing myself and I'm like, oh, I'm almost at 600 target hits. Let's see if we can crack 600. And we did crack 600. And there is 10 kills. That is the 17 kills right there, folks. Yeah. Me and Cap, we're a little overkill in Akatsuki's. Kitakaze's though, I think we're still working on that one. I know I am. But we've got Akatsuki down to an art at this point. But overall, I do plan on making stuff for the channel. I do plan on doing replay submissions and commentaries. But I will say in one final note on the relationship. The relationship will take 100% priority over this game. Any day. If it came between the relationship and the game, obviously I'm going to pick the relationship. But she is half-heartedly very supportive of World of Warships and my hobby. This is a keeper. This is one of those 1 in a million women. You don't get love a second time. And this one wants to make it work through all the hard issues. And that's what it comes down to. That's what I talk about my boss. He says, he said it comes down to, and this is some dating advice. It really comes down to finding the person that will work through all the issues with you. And this person, I know in my heart, is the person that I can work through issues with. We can always have that, when we do talk, we have that open and honest conversation. But, back to the game, sorry. 60,000 in roughly ship XP and around 9,000 in free XP. Cap, I'm first, unfortunately. I know it's unfortunate. Holland's always on the top. Cap is second. Again, we were very surprised to see Baltimore and Tirpitz into solo, especially the Baltimore. Because I know some of you have probably been around since when Cherry Blossom was a tier 8 op. Baltimore was one of the kings of this op. So to see it end so low, especially when it's top tier like this, was very surprising. But that's what's going on in my life, folks.